Hi, this is Matthew, and quickly I have to get this out. I have to get this out very quickly. I have to tell you this because I'm still homeless. So, anyways, here are my gifts. I was trying to tell you in my last video.
To whoever's
Here are
waiting
my
for you.
gifts,
Plus,
really
the drivers
quickly.
earn more thanks to a lower service
I
fee.
am an inventor.
Switch to
I'm
Hop
an
for
inventor.
good rides and great
Elon
vibes.
Musk, whoever, if you want to work with me, I'm an inventor. Here are my inventions quickly. My first invention is green duct tape. Green duct tape over your screen. Put one layer of green duct tape, neon green duct tape over your screen to hide any cameras under your screen, and so you can see clearer. To make the screen look really cool. My second invention.
Well, I guess this means it's time to check out the new Hop app. Hop is now available in the GTA, and it makes getting around so much more affordable. It's also got a ton of useful features like sharing your ride info to whoever's waiting for you. Plus, the drivers earn more thanks to a lower service fee. Switch to Hop for good rides and great vibes.
A long string attached to your phone with a hook, like the camping hooks, like the hiking hooks, the camping hooks. A long string attached to your phone. You can use brown twine so it doesn't stand out, so you don't stand out. Brown twine, tie it to your phone, a long string. Also, you could use, so that's for to easily, I use it to easily put away my phone, easily put away my phone, or to put it in your purse or bag and pull it out, hold on to the cord, a long cord, maybe a meter or two, make a meter or two of string. And anyways, these are my two inventions just recently. A long string, and you can also you can attach it to your charging block, your charging bank, a long string attached to both, and you can duct tape the string to your charging bank, and so you just need to basically tie it through the hole, if you have a cell phone case, through the hole on the top of the phone, and then you can hold it any which way you want, like in your hand or anything, and you can use the little hook, the camping hook or whatever, rock climbing hook, small or big, and you can just kind of dangle it in your hand while you're walking, listening to music, whatever. And then my third invention, I'm trying to make this a really short video so that nobody steals my inventions. So number 3, my third invention is, hold on, I have to read this. Okay, my third invention is tying your earphones. If you have cable earphones, my third invention is tying your earphones to the top of your cell phone case, so you can just kind of wrap it around your cell phone case multiple times and then tie it in a little loop so it doesn't get knotted. That's one of my simpler inventions. Okay, and my fourth what you do is you tie it, if you have a corded headphone, you tie it so that there's a little, like a couple centimeter end before the knot, so you have a couple centimeters to plug it in and out on the end of the knot at the top of the phone. Okay, so my fourth invention is a bath handles, so handles above the bathtub that you can exercise with and stretch while you're in the shower or bathtub. So handles up on the ceiling, outside the bathtub, handles up high, either on a wall above the bathtub, outside the bathtub, or right above the bathtub. So for stretching, if you have any disabilities or whatever, injuries, you can stretch pulling on handles above the bathtub. And it really helps to be exposed to water sometimes when you have pain. So my other bath invention, I like to take baths, so my other bath invention, So number four, number five is number four is number four is a table. So a table in your bathtub, a floating table, either fill up the whole bathtub while you're in the bathtub, or like a smaller table, that floating table that you can put your cell phone on, and that has high walls on the side or whatever, so that your cell phone doesn't drop in the water, right? If you want to listen to something in the bathtub. I like taking a long bath. I don't know about you, but I like taking a long bath, and I like to just sit there, and because I have chronic pain and stuff. So okay, invention number five, and then you can eat whatever in the bathtub if you want, right? Or have a drink of wine or whatever. So number five is a light. Okay, so number five is a light. So what you do is you take green duct tape, neon green duct tape, and you put it over your little lamp, and then you have like a really cool light for in the washroom at night or whatever, or reading. Green duct tape over your light, like a little lamp, whatever lamp you use. I was just basically using a Walmart lamp, a cheap ass Walmart lamp. So you put 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, depending on how bright the light is. 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layers, depending on how bright the light is. If you want it, like, for me, I like dim light at home. So invention six is an American flag. Okay, so this was my greatest invention. This was my greatest invention of all time this summer. An American flag that I made on July 4th for my friends in the States. So invention 6 is an American flag, and what you do is you take cups, you take red. I actually made it out of red cups, like party cups, the party plastic cups. Party cups, red cups. So bright red cups, plastic cups, and I made lines along. For the red lines on the flag, I used the red cups, and I used a blue Bristol board as the background. So blue and red. It was actually blue and red, not white or red. So blue and red, and then I used so it was blue stripes with red stripes, which looked amazing. It looked amazing. I actually wanted to carry this around when I traveled to the U.S. I went to the States in the summer. I wanted to take it with me. And blue and red stripes. So the cups actually are like 3D. It's like 3D. They stand out the most. The red stripes stand out the most because the cups are like, 3D, right? They're big cups, and I put them in a line kind of inside of each other a little bit. Each one was inside of the other one, and like it looks so cool. It was the coolest thing I ever made, and I showed it to my friends in the US, and they loved it, and that's my invention. So invention number seven is a Canadian flag. So I made this Canadian flag. That's invention 7. I made a Canadian flag, and it was like a maple leaf. I actually used a grocery store bag. From Metro. Metro's a grocery store here. I used a red grocery bag, and I cut it into a flag, and it looked so amazing. And then I put a black cross and some other art on it, like a black cross, a really cool cross with black permanent marker in the middle, and it looked amazing. But the most amazing part of it was I cut it out of a red Metro bag, and it only took me like 20 minutes in the morning. I cut it, and it just looked amazing. Like I didn't even need to cut it that much. Like actually the handles actually stood out the most as the sides of the maple leaf. So it was so cool. Yeah, I didn't even need to cut the handles, but I cut it like I have a gift. I have this gift where I can just do something once. And it's perfect. And that's my gift. Like I can just invent stuff, do something once, and it's perfect. Okay, so, and I'll send pictures when I can get my art. I'll send pictures. Okay, so number 9 is a cell phone cases. Okay, number 9 is cell phone cases. So I can make cell phone cases, and I have different styles. I can make I'll show you my cases later, but I have some ideas. I made a couple prototypes. I can make cell phone cases, really cool styles. Number 10 is keychains. I make keychains. I can make really cool keychains, like you wouldn't believe it. I'll tell you about that later, but I can make really cool keychains. Anybody that wants to work with me, let me know. Elon Musk, whoever's out there, shout out to Elon Musk. Whoever's out there, you want to work with me, let me know. My email's in the post section. Okay. I actually made the crucifix. The crucifix I made, it was like accidental. I made an accidental crucifix. I'll tell you about it later. So Invention 12 is rubber bands. So rubber bands can be used for many things. So I use them to put my markers, my permanent markers. I put my permanent markers in rubber bands. And I can put like 20 markers in there. And then you need a color, you just pull it out, right? Alright, Invention 13. Invention 13 is blue neon Bristol board. So blue and neon Bristol board you can get at Walmart. They don't have the best Bristol board sometimes, but you can get blue and neon Bristol board. Blue and neon Bristol board. So I find blue and neon Bristol boards the best for writing on. So get blue and neon yellow Bristol board. It's the best for writing on. I prefer a black permanent marker, easier to read. And you'll find if you have trouble with light or if you have any eye trouble, blue is the best color to write on. Also brown, like if you use like a brown paper bag. If you write on a brown paper bag, it's actually a lot easier to read if you have any vision problems. Okay, so Invention 14 was all the art I made in my apartment my landlord destroyed. So that one doesn't even count. Yeah, that one doesn't even count. So Invention 14 was all the art I put on my front door and all the art I put on my hallway, in my hallway and outside my door when I invited my whole community in. I invited my whole community into my house and put all this art in my hallway and on my door on the 3rd floor and on my front door. And I was living in a townhouse and I put all this art and then invited the entire community in. I put all this art on my door the last day I was there, and then my landlord attacked me. So anyways, I'm not living there anymore. I've been homeless. He destroyed all my art and stole stuff, and I'm assuming a lot of my stuff is gone. That's why I'm doing this now. A lot of my stuff is gone. Okay, Invention 15. Invention 15 is